Guardians. This is our weekly solo player's guide to the Nightfall. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit subscribe now, because we do this every single Tuesday and Wednesday, as long as I get the strikes done with all three classes, Warlock, Hunter, and Titan. This is going to be our Hunter variant, so if you need a Titan or Warlock guide, look in the description box down below. I'll have those linked when they're available. This week's Nightfall is Savathun's song. That's the giant shrieker at the end of this Nightfall. You can get the duty bound from it, which I finally got today at the end of this strike. So that made my day pretty well made. As far as setup goes, we changed it up per usual with my Hunter. We start with Better Devils and Banana SR4. We switched that up with a Void weapon at the very end, and I would also suggest bringing with you some sort of auto rifle. We also rock Whisper of the Worm. If you do not have that yet, don't worry. Polaris Lance is an amazing exotic for that. That's going to go right here. So instead of Banana at the boss fight, go ahead and switch to Polaris Lance. And then you just switch to your Void Scout Rifle and then back to Polaris Lance if you feel like it. And then I would suggest Curtain Call, Sins of the Past if you've done a raid. Or, you know, a decent rocket launcher, that classic, what is it, Classical 85 RL5? It's something like that. It's the classical one. Pretty much any rocket launcher with cluster bombs is going to work really well against the boss as well. And then, so we rock that. Orpheus rigs, so obviously we're rocking Night Stalker, Top Tree. You want to use Top Tree because Orpheus rigs doesn't click in until your super is completely filled, and with the Quiver perk, it just kind of nullifies that a little bit. So I would definitely go Way of the Trapper. And then I prefer Vortex Grenade, but you can use whatever you want. And then once we get to the boss fight, or the area just before the boss fight, we switch over to the Gunslinger with Celestial Nighthawk, and you want to rock that bottom tree. Practice makes perfect. Will give you your precision hits. Will give you your super faster. Precision damage is activated with your golden gun, so it's going to do a little bit more damage on the precision shots, which works great with Celestial Nighthawk. And then precision hits with golden gun increase damage, so you're going to do even more damage with Celestial Nighthawk. And then I would rock Swarm Grenades just because it's the best for boss damage. And then if you don't know, Celestial Nighthawk modifies your golden gun to fire one single very high damage shot, and enemies eliminated by it, by the shot explode. But really you're going for the very high powered single shot. It does an amazing amount of damage. It's great. I swear by it. So other than that, let's go ahead and rock this guide. Alright, so as soon as you get to this point, just go ahead and kill these two elite acolytes. They shouldn't be too difficult. And then once you do that, go ahead and grab the power ammo that they should drop. For some reason, elites aren't constantly dropping those anymore, but they do this time. And what you want to do is come in here. If you're rocking a solar weapon of some kind, just go ahead and rock that wizard down. And then get rid of all of these acolytes. You want to kill everything before you get too close to the door. And then once everything's dead, go ahead and hack the door, and then come running back to where we're standing right now. That's going to be our safety zone for the next couple waves. You can also stand across the pool, like exactly behind us, like on the opposite end of this area, if you want to. But I prefer the entrance door. So this first wave is just going to be a bunch of thralls and then one elite wizard. What I would suggest is just kind of stay here, let all the thralls come to you. That way the wizard can't get you in case she like kind of sneaks up a little bit. She usually doesn't, but I've seen her do it before. Or she'll get to just a point where she feels comfortable she's going to attack you. And so you kind of have to retreat a little bit. I think that happens here actually. Yeah, there she goes. But once all the thralls dead, I would go ahead and just move to the other end of the pool, like where I said the other kind of safety-ish zone is. Right over here. And that way you have a clear shot at her. You don't waste too much power ammo if you're rocking Whisper of the Worm. And then come running back over to this area. And then in this wave there's going to be a bunch of acolytes, a bunch of elite cursed thralls, and then 2 elite knights. Just like before, kill all the acolytes, kill the cursed thralls, and then you can either stay over here for one of the knights or just go to the where we shot the wizard at before and then just kill both of them from there. It should be pretty decently quick. Just make sure you have an arc energy weapon or power weapon, whichever. Just an arc weapon for the knights, so it'll just make it go a little bit faster. And then once everything's dead, go ahead and run back up to the door and then back up a few steps. There are going to be a total of 10 thralls, 10-ish thralls, it's 9 or 10. One of which is an elite, and go ahead and just pop your super on them. The tether will get them really nice. You'll get it right back. And then you should be good to go into the next room. In that next room, there is going to be 2 knights. Both are normal health, red bar health. And then there's going to be 1 mini boss ogre. But if you're rocking Whisper of the Worm, you can do what you see me do in this video, which is just kind of stay back and behind that second door, or even really the first door, and just snipe everything. Otherwise, if you're using Telesto or anything else, go ahead and go inside that second door and just kind of wait it out. Shoot your tether if you want to. That way you'll pack up all of the thralls that are going to be coming at you. There's like 5 or 6 of them, I want to think. But either way, kill those thralls first, and then just kind of peek around the door, whichever way you're going, and just power ammo the ogres down. If you're doing the inside method, I would suggest taking out at least one of the knights. That way you have a more or less clear shot. And then just take down the ogre and then the other knight, and then we'll be good to go into the next section. In this room, there's going to be a total of 4 elite acolytes. If you're rocking Telesto, just go ahead and Telesto them down. It's actually pretty decent, at least for this section, or at least up until the boss fight. Telesto's also pretty good. You'll get your ammo right back, so you don't have to worry about it too bad. But go ahead and get rid of these guys. It shouldn't take too long. I'm taking a little bit longer than it should. But once they're down, we'll go ahead and move on into the next section. In that section, there's going to be a bunch of acolytes and 1 elite wizard. What I would suggest doing is take out all the acolytes first, and then deal with the wizard. The wizard is going to have a void shield, so what I do is I just throw my vortex grenade at her, and then just kind of help that grenade out with one of my weapons. Kind of save my power ammo, because that vortex grenade will drop her pretty quick. And then once that's done, once you kill the wizard, that little orb is going to unlock, and that shrieker behind her is going to wake up. Once that happens, what I like to do is go invisible, and then grab the orb, and then make the mad dash to the to slam the orb in front of the shrieker. Of course, I messed it up the first time. When don't I mess stuff up the first time? But if that happens, just wait for your invis to go again, and then that way you don't have to worry about the knight and the 2 or 3 acolytes that spawn in. Once you go, it'll take you out of invisibility when you slam it, or it just runs out. Whichever one it happens. Whatever you do, don't use your melee ability to swing you forward, because that will knock you out of your invisibility. But do just like you see me doing here, and just run for it. Once you slam that though, once you finish that slam animation, it will give you the checkpoint, so you can just come here and scan this thing. That door will open up. Once that door opens up, there's going to be 5 or 6 acolytes, normal health bar acolytes, and 1 elite knight. Go ahead and take all of them out, and then go ahead and destroy all the crystals. Once the crystal's down, the next room in the first section is going to be 1 mini boss ogre, 3 knights, 1 of which is an elite, and then a bunch of acolytes. What I like to do is tether that bottom area just below the balcony, or whatever it's called, whatever you want to call it, and that should get most of the ads, but probably not all of them. Just go ahead and throw your grenade in there, and then you want to take out all those ads, and then once that's done, you can go ahead and focus on the ogre and then the 3 knights. Once you kill the ogre, the next area will spawn in, and that area will have 2 elite wizards, 1 mini boss ogre, 2 more knights, and a few more acolytes. Stay kind of in this section and shoot them as much as possible. I know the 2 knights will kind of come at you because they're the sword type of knights. So go ahead and kill them, and then once they're dead, you can focus on the wizards, because the ogre will kind of hide behind a wall. And so go ahead and kill the 2 wizards, either with a solar energy weapon. Whisper of the Worm works great as well. Just kind of whatever to get them down quickly. And then if you can take out the acolytes, do that. And then just kind of slowly make your way up to the ogre, and then take him out as well. And then after that, we'll move on to the next section, which will have like 5 elite acolytes. In this video, we take them down with 1 grenade, because they're all spawned in kind of right there next to each other. But if that doesn't happen, just kind of stay out of that room and then shoot into it, and you should be perfectly fine. But I'm gonna let the rest of this play out until we get to that next section, because I did kind of talk way in advance of it. So let's get on to that next section. Alright, in this section there's a total of, I believe it's 5 knights, one of which, as you can see, is an elite. So I'll have to take him out really quick. If you're rocking Whisper of the Worm, as you can see, it's pretty easy. And then you can just kind of gun down the rest of the guys. Just kind of keep your distance, because 2 of them will kind of stay in this front area, and they will knock you out really quick. So what I like to do is come run down here. I'll save my tether, because there's also going to be 2 wizards kind of towards the back. And then once you take out this next knight right here, I just go ahead and tether right in front of the 2 wizards, and that should grab the 2 wizards and all the acolytes that are standing in front of them. If you get too close, a wave of thralls will spawn in, so I would suggest staying back a little bit if you can. Throw your grenade. That should get them. Start doing some decent damage to them. But if not, just go ahead and finish them off. Just like so. And then just kill everything else that's left. There shouldn't be too much left. And then once you grab that orb, there's going to spawn in that thrall wave that I mentioned earlier, as well as another wave that's going to have a couple acolytes, 1 elite knight, some more thralls, and like 3 cursed thralls, elite cursed thralls. You can drop the orb if you want to, or you can just kind of hold on to it and just kind of drop it and shoot, drop it and shoot, pick it up, drop it and shoot, pick it up. That's kind of what I do. You'll see me do it here until everything in here is dead. Once you get close enough to that doorway, you will get another area spawned in that's going to have 5 or 6 more acolytes, 1 elite knight. Go ahead and kill all of them. There is a little like explosive canister in that room that you can shoot that will take out most of those acolytes. So I would recommend doing that. You'll see me do it here in just a second. And then just focus on the knight. Once you get past them, you will have to have the orb with you to spawn in the each next section. So you will have to keep coming back if you've dropped it and didn't pick it up for too long. But so that's why I like to pick it up and then just keep dropping it and then keep picking it up. But once you do that, the next area is going to have a total of 3 ogres. They're just red bar health, so 1 shot from the Whisper of the Worm takes them out, or a couple Telesto shots. It's like 3 Telesto shots, I think. And then there's also going to be a bunch of acolytes. Now in this section in particular, you're going to want to make sure you kill every single enemy, because once you go to slam the orb, there are 2 shriekers and they will melt you very quickly. So you want to make sure nothing else is shooting at you, otherwise you won't make it. But just like before, once you kill the once you finish the slamming animation, whether you get it or not, as long as you finish that animation, you will get the checkpoint, which you'll see me do here. So just go ahead and what I like to do is run up to those I don't know what you would call them, I don't know, you'll see me use them for cover in just a sec. Run up to that one, wait for your health to be full, and then wait until one of the shriekers stops. It usually does I think it's like 6 or 7 rotations, and then it will stop its attack for like half a second. So you use that half a second to get as close as to the slamming thing as possible. Here we go. And then wait for your health to be full. Don't just go in. You want your full health and then go. as well. So what you see me doing waiting here is waiting for one of them to stop shooting, which she does right there. They won't both stop at the same time, so don't wait for that. Literally one will stop at a time. And then I should have waited for my full health. That was really risky. But I did get the checkpoint. And then it will pop you right in front of the two wizards. If you have your tether, go ahead and just tether them, throw your grenade. It'll kill them really quickly. And then we'll move on to the next section, which is just killing all of the cursed thralls. So we'll just go ahead and skip that because you should be really easy to do that. And then we'll move on into the boss fight. Alright, once you're here and you're ready to go, this is a good spot to wait for your super if you want it, or if you already got it because you died like I did. Just go ahead and pop your super. Make sure you hit that crit spot. It will teleport the boss over to our right end of the map. With that, it will also spawn, I think it's 3 or 4 waves of 2 thralls. Go ahead and kill them. And then go ahead and also kill all these acolytes that have spawned in as well. I think there's only like 3 or 4 of them. And you can actually come back here and get some pretty good shots on the boss. Hopefully you're a better shot than I am. I almost never hit all 3 crits. Just like that. But once she closes up, there are going to spawn in a few more acolytes. So I think there's like a total of 10-ish acolytes, one of which is an elite, and 2 knights. It's very important to kill every single acolyte first. You can kill one of the knights, but leave one alive until every single other acolyte is dead. Because once you kill both knights, it will like reawaken the Shrieker, the boss, and you don't want to be dealing with all of that. So go ahead and kill all the acolytes, then the 2 knights, and then once you kill that second knight, there is like a little knocked over speaker looking thing. You're gonna get behind, like crouch under that, and she will shoot 1 blast before teleporting back into the middle section. Just go ahead and duck under that. And then you can actually stand behind the thing that's in the middle of the stairs at the top. That's going to be like our cover safety area. So go ahead and stand behind that. And then just unload on her with whatever power weapon, especially if you're rocking Whisper of the Worm. That thing is awesome. And this is exactly why you don't... I almost die here because I didn't kill that last acolyte. So imagine if there was like 2 or 3, I would have been dead and had to start over. But as you can see, the boss can't get you. Just go ahead. I think it takes 6 shots for her to teleport. Of course, I don't hit them all. And then you'll get the 3 or 4 waves of 2 thralls again. Go ahead and take them out as they're running at you. And then just do some more damage to the boss. I think she'll automatically close if you hit all 6 crits with the Whisper of the Worm. Or you can just kind of whittle her down with like, not Prometheus Lens, Polaris Lance. And then just before she teleports, I think you got to get her like a little after halfway in that second tier of health. And then just pop your golden gun and hit that crit shot again. And then she'll teleport and she'll close on that side. Just like the earlier wave, you're going to get the thralls again. But this time you're going to get a bunch of acolytes, one of which is an elite, and 3 ogres. Go ahead and kill all the acolytes again. Just kill them all. And then... this is actually a good spot to switch over to your auto rifle. You are going to want it. Trust me. I didn't have it before and I died. It just makes it easier to kill the orbs she shoots. But then once every single acolyte is dead, go ahead and start killing the ogres. Once you kill 1 ogre, another one will spawn in, and the one that was first spawned in will take the first one killed spot. So say you kill the one on the left, the one on the right will run over to the left, and the one that spawns in will take the right spot, if that makes sense. So kill the left, the right one goes to the left, the one that spawns in goes to the right, and then once you kill the second ogre, the remaining ogre will go underneath the boss, and then you can just have a field day with killing it. And then the boss will wake up. Save all your ammo. Don't shoot her until she's in the middle. And that's where I pop my super again. I want to get her out of there as quickly as possible. So be very careful about that. Just as soon as she opens up and you feel comfortable getting that shot, take it. That's usually she doesn't shoot him right away, but for some reason this week she definitely was. She'll shoot, I think it's 5 or 6 orbs. With your auto rifle, that's the easiest for me. Shoot, you can leave 2 of them and still survive, but it does, if you can get all but one of them down, that's perfect, because there are going to be thralls coming at you again. So if you want to start doing damage to her and just kill that first round of orbs, and then use your super or your power ammo or whatever to teleport her, that would work just as well. Might even be easier. That way you can deal with the you can shoot the orbs and then shoot the boss, and then once the boss closes, you're going to want to run to the entrance area where we kind of were hiding before, and you can deal with the thralls there, because you are going to get that wave of thralls again. Once all of that is done and the boss has teleported up to the our current right, there is going to spawn in one elite wizard, purple shield. So that's where you want to switch over to the purple scout rifle, the void scout rifle, and then take that out, take that wizard out, and that's when it'll open up another one of those slamming orbs. Go ahead and grab that power ammo, and then come running back here with the orb. You don't want to go directly up, because as soon as you grab that orb, there's going to spawn in 2 red bar health enemy wizards. You're going to take the first one down at where we're standing at right now, and then we're going to take the second one down a little closer. Once both of those are dead, you're going to see a little cover area that we stand behind. You want to wait, just like in the previous slamming thing, for the boss to stop shooting. And I think, if I'm thinking right, it's 7 clicks. It'll make a little clicking sound every rotation of her shots. And I believe, like I said, I believe it's 7 rotations, 7 clicks. Listen out for those. And then as soon as you hear that 7th one, she'll stop shooting, run up, blast the or slam the thing as quickly as possible, and then she will spawn into the middle, and that's when you will crack down with your power ammo or your heavy ammo or your super, whatever you got, and then that will kill her off. So hopefully this guide helped you out. If it did, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. Links in the description box down below for those other 2 Nightfalls. Those will go up on Wednesday, hopefully, if everything goes right. And other than that, stay positive, be happy, be healthy, live long and prosper. And I hope you guys have an amazing final week of Solstice of Heroes.
light is back. We're back. Eyes out, Guardian.